You'll see national anthem, we'll get it. What the state? Couldn't tell you. We have last week. How you doing? Hey, Bob. Yes. From EMA Saturday, giving a speech. Program with the water. Right. So that's a good thing.
Yes, sir. I hope there's some money the federal government in terms of making it to be a big deal, big dog, pony shows, and they're going to start with. Hopefully, Northport puts an area out.
Yeah.
They're going to mount the door, just close to where, by the end of the week, they'll have a state out there, and then they're going to present where up there.
Well, Northport first, that's all it's doing.
Big player.
Yeah. Now, here's not costing us anything. That's even better. Okay.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. What he showed and everything. The way the map and everything changed.
This part of the DVD, you send me the whole stuff.
We do that.
Okay. Let's do nothing but part of it. See, my Matt didn't even make TV.
I know.
You scared me to death.
I couldn't help it.
That was bad. I don't know what they did with him, but.
How bad is need to be damaged like that?
She must have done pretty good, but I think all the fire was contained to the grill. They didn't mash that, they got an emergency button to mash the dumps with the fire suppression stuff. They didn't get that when they come out, so fire grease burned for a while, it exploded up good, and it was the first thing it's due for refurb anyway, so I don't know. I'm not trying to convince you that last week. Yeah, that's
We should just remodel just like that.
All rise.
What time is it? It is. I swear I can't look at my watch, it's 10 till.
It is.
Yeah, till 8.
Hey,
I am late, man, I hate that. I'd be late.
I bet we'll be able to.
Ronald, I got CBS tonight. That looks good right there. That's got to be some good stuff in there. You ever been over to the system office at the university? They have their original 4 minutes from like 1831. Oh, wow. Like that. That's what's in their book.
This man is rude.
It's like an imagine. We've got to give Ronald half What's happening? Yeah. Just a hair.
You need to take that off of your pocket. You kind of got to talk like that.
You got JJ, I need to still be here.
That's not empowered.
They're-
Negotiation for a property purchase. That'd be a simple as that.
It's gonna be late. It's gonna be later than you.
I don't. Would you look? You come in?
You come in on 2 wheels.
Cause speaking to Will, like I said, they good. No, you know? Oh, that's Is he still there on, Army One? It used to be Sam McGee's. That's where we used to always buy.
President Logan is going to be a few minutes late. He's not going to be here till about 5:30, so we'll go ahead and get on the agenda, kind of run down. We'll move down. I believe we have 2 presentations, beginning with section 4A is a proclamation for child abuse prevention. And then I believe, Mr. Rose, there's another proclamation for retirees, is that right?
Yeah, Barbara Hampton, well, we have one other retiring, but he will not make it tonight.
Right, this end will be for that, as I understand. Unfinished business, 7A1 is a second reading of ordinance establishing a public records policy. Mr. Davis can answer any questions or concerns the council may have on that. Mr. Davis?
Yeah, I would like to speak to that, and I apologize. My 88-year-old cousin was in DCH emergency room, so I was why I wasn't here last time. And I think there were some questions about this. By law, a lot of our records are public, and that's fine. Some of them are not. For example, some of the personnel records, things Homeland Security, things attorney-client privilege, things like that are not public, but certainly like minutes are public. And what we've done in the past is handle things informally as we grow. It's time to be a little more formal in how we handle it. And so what we're doing, we're simply proposing we get in step with most of the other municipalities where they have a written procedure about how you handle requests for public documents. What we would do is look at their requests, see if they're public or not. They would not be charged for that. That's could be legal research. There are a lot of Attorney General's opinions out there say, for example, what is and what's not. We had the chief of Lucy Lou Law Firm from Nashville get real upset when we sent them the first part of investigation. They wanted the back part, and he wrote with the chief a real nice letter explaining to him what Alabama law was. But Mr. Lou needs to take a little more closer look, because the Attorney General said that the back page is not public, and so we didn't follow that. So Mr. Lou didn't get the back page, neither anyone else. But the person making the request won't be charged for that. That's legal, and that's on me. But if someone comes in and says, I want to look at 3 years of minutes, then that's fine. They get to look at it. But they say, I want copies of 3 years of minutes. That's fine. They get to do it. But the taxpayer should not foot the bill. And this is what I'm talking about. This is one of the minute books from September of 44 to 52. And these are the only copies. And you just don't want to hand somebody this and hope they'll give it back. So you have to have someone either sit here with them as they go through it, or as Kim spent several hours doing, taking this apart, reducing it down, making copies. The person wanted 3 years, gave them one, had to be happy with that. As an interesting aside, in 1944, the Waterworks Department paid Christian and Sons 85 cents, Total Supply Company $8.70, E.J. Palmer 75 cents, and City Tuscaloosa $362.41. The budget that year was $17,000, I think. But it's interesting reading, but it's irreplaceable. And so, we don't mind anyone that wants it,
Sure.
but we don't want that to be abused. And what we've done, we've taken this proposal, it's pretty similar to the one at Tuscaloosa. I've taken and tweaked it a little bit. The charges are the same. The first 10 pages they give are free. The first hour of hard time doing the research, not legal research, but doing the research, or just sitting here watching them go through it, is free. After that, it's 25 cents a page and $10 an hour.
Excuse me, Ron, who do you say today? Who are you speaking on?
Whoever comes in and wants to do this.
Okay, well, what about people who work from 8 to 5 and 9 to 5? How are they going to be, how are they going to be able to get a look at,
At this,
yes,
well, we're open from 8 to 5, Monday through
right,
Friday.
and people work from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday.
That's fine, but then they can make a request for copies. We'll be glad to do that. And that's why we have it. People have the option. They can come and observe it, or they can get a copy of it. And we don't mind doing that. We've been doing it for years.
We're open at lunch too.
We're open at lunch.
So they can
Well,
come to
it may not be, there are people that will get only a 30-minute lunch. I'm sure you probably get
Well,
that.
I
There are
feel-
plenty of people that get only a 30-minute lunch.
I feel certain we can work something. That's never been a problem in the 25 years or so I've been representing the city. But if it becomes a problem, we can address it.
Okay, well, I know in the probate office, that's not how it works. So that's why I wanted to know what you meant by they do this and they work it this way. Who are they? Because I know in the county court and the probate judge's office, it is not done that way unless they've changed it within the last few weeks.
Well, I can't speak for the probate judge's office. All I can speak for the city of Northport, and that if we get a request for a public document, if someone wants to look at it, we'll make it available in a reasonable period of time. Or if they would like a photocopy of it, we will do that. But to me, if someone comes in and says, I want a copy of the minutes from 1960 to 1990, the taxpayer shouldn't pay for that person coming in. This is just to keep somebody from coming in and abusing the system. And also keeps a
When they
record.
want to see a public record.
It's a question of whether you want the taxpayers to pay for it, or you want the person making a really large request pay for it.
Well, I think it's a question of, can we get them online, where people can just use the computer to find what they want, and then print it out, and pay for the paper and the ink, which is not that much. We need to get them online, and perhaps that's what we need, a staff member, or hire a staff member temporarily to enter all of that online, like most courthouses have. The federal court has that. Many of the court departments in the county courthouses have that.
If y'all want to spend the money doing that, I don't have a problem with it. All I'm saying is that most cities, and I give you an example of 4 or 5 cities of what they charge, and what we're proposing is in line or lower than what other cities charge. It's identical to what Tuscaloosa charges. And quite frankly, if the press wants something for legitimate reason, we waive that too. We want to make the information we have public. We have nothing to hide. It's just a question of who's going to pay for it. The taxpayer's going to pay for it. If somebody just wakes up one morning and decides, I want 40 years of copies of these minutes.
Well, it really should be online.
Well,
All this should be online so we can go through it, and I'm still talking. Why, can we, is that a plan for the future to get everything online?
that would be nice if we have the budget to
Is
do
that a
it.
plan for the future?
I can answer that.
Sure.
The question, the answer to that right now is no, not even the reason why. Cost. Bottom line, that's an expensive system. It's not as simple as just scanning documents in. Number one, you're going to have someone who is capable of doing that, and it's not as simple as just hiring someone part-time. I wouldn't trust that for that document. There's a lot of scan work that goes in. They also have a storage facility that goes in. Those things cost money. So it's not an issue of whether or not you can do it. It's a matter of whether you want to pay for that, and you're probably talking in the hundreds of thousands of dollars.
I don't know how much of the county, the probate office, and the DA's office got all theirs online.
Well, the DA's office goes through the county.
Yes, I know, and it's county accountant or auditor or whatever, or comptroller, Doug Lamb, I think is his name.
It's Bill Lamb.
Bill Lamb,
He's not really associated with that, but the county does that, and if I remember correctly, even when you go online with the county, once they have those, I believe you still have to pay per page to print those off. Those are not at no cost.
I don't see a problem with paying to print it off. I just have a huge problem with making the people sit here and make notes of what they want, and then go home without a copy of the actual ordinance. They're not getting an actual copy of the legal ordinance.
If they want to pay and get the copy, they can. They submit the form for what they want to get, as long as there are no issues with it, then you would do that just like you would online.
I guess so many
And the
free,
first
too.
10 are free.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's right.
Each time you come in, so they can come in and get their free ones and stuff.
No, that-
Well, we're going to manage that. We're not going to do 10 pages a day for a month.
They get it, they get
Well,
free.
what about people who can't afford it? Now, I know that doesn't sound possible to y'all, okay, but there are people out there that can't afford the $10 or $20 or whatever it adds up to, but they need or want, maybe for research, additional copies or.
Hey, how many people, are there a lot of people coming up here every day looking for copies?
It's really not, they haven't been, it's gotten more frequent in the last 2 or 3 years. As we grow, I mean,
Sure.
it's just growing pains, and it's so it's really a decision for the council.
Sure.
If this is something y'all want the staff to do
Mhm.
at no cost, then the taxpayer, somebody's gonna pay for it.
Well, I didn't say
The
that.
taxpayers are gonna pay
I
for
mean,
it.
in the ideal world, Judy, it would be online. I mean, I think
Yeah,
everybody.
I think we
Well,
all-
100%,
Yeah, they live
100%.
online in several departments of the county courthouse and in federal building. You know, and I can understand it because they absorbed the cost, or they budgeted the cost. They came up with the money, but yes, I do feel that people need to pay per copy. But they should receive a copy, not just notes that they make from the ordinance. Yes, they should pay a copy fee, a reasonable, rational copy fee.
Well, that's what this is.
No, it is not. 10 to 25 cents per page, if they have it printed out.
But your first 10 are free, no cost. First 10
Yes,
pages.
yes, okay, yeah. Okay. And then the next 10 are what, $10?
25 cents.
Okay. Then what, $10? What's the $10 was in there?
$10 is only for after the first free hour. So after you stay an hour,
Mhm.
you want another hour,
Mhm.
$10.
For the clerk, whoever.
For whoever,
Well-
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is, these old books, you have to be very careful with them, they have to be reduced down, and it's more expensive. The more modern, it's not that difficult, it's not as time consuming.
Mhm.
It's just a matter of trying to balance the interest of people that have a right to access to public records versus taxpayers having to foot the bill for it. And this is, what we're trying to do is what most every other municipality does in this kind of situation, is try to find some kind of balance between,
This is when you talk about Tuscaloosa, it's not done that way in the DA's office, nor in the probate court.
well, you gotta understand, probate court, people go and look at deeds. And they pay, you got about 30 people in the probate court at once doing title searches. We don't have that here. We have to pull someone off of their job to go do this. And we can't just say, don't run payroll today, we need you to go make this one person that's standing out in the lobby a copy of this. What it does is try to make some kind of balance between people that have a right to look at records or get copies of records with running the everyday business of running Northport. And try to do it in the most cost-effective manner possible for the taxpayers and for the people that want this information.
I think it's a good idea.
Well, I think that we need to have a flat fee and forget about the $10 and have 10 cents a copy or 15 cents a copy, whatever it actually costs to make a copy. And in probate court, that's not all they have is filing deeds. They have a lot of other records, and you can go through the drawers, pull them out. They have a copy machine right there that you go ahead and drop your coins into and get a copy. So, I'd like to see that done here. And if it takes that long to pull the books, where are they? Why aren't they in order?
They're in a fireproof safe.
Okay. Are they in alphabetical order, numerical order?
The minutes are by date.
Depends on the record.
Depends on the record.
Well, I don't see why it takes a lot of time to pull the book. I'm on the side of the taxpayers and the people who want to access it. The press as well as any citizen out there, or any person in this country actually, can come and access public records. from anywhere.
Have
If we had press complaints,
No.
has there been a problem that we need to know about?
No,
But you have a private citizen complain, what?
We have?
I said, well, you haven't had press complaint yet either.
no.
You said it's a private, tell me if I'm wrong, if the press wanted, if they complain, then you make accommodation. What about a
Not
private
necessarily,
citizen?
no, I was saying either one, really.
I
If there was an issue with anybody, what we've done.
Okay, so they wouldn't have to really follow the strict law. If there's an issue, then that will be considered. And make an exception for that.
I'm not saying, I'm just trying to figure out.
I mean, it's not a real big issue, but the question is, do you want to pay, because the first thing is, somebody that makes, you pay $10 an hour, you're not gonna give this book to you in the first place. Say you did, that person's gonna cost the city $14 to $15 an hour. So the city's losing money
Sure.
by doing this. We're just trying to shift some of that cost
Put
to
a
the
10 on
person asking for it, keep somebody from coming in to abusing the system.
Okay,
If
they-
someone comes in tomorrow and says, I'd like a copy of the minutes of the city of Northport from 1950 till today, we would accommodate them. Not immediately, but we would. The taxpayer shouldn't have to pay for that,
And I
or pay for all of that.
That's not, but the taxpayers will like to come in and see it too, but you're right.
We're not stopping anyone from doing
I'm not saying that
that.
the taxpayer should pay for it. I'm saying that it should be a reasonable fee, and they should be able to make a copy of it.
We're not gonna give this, somebody walks through the doors, we'll handle it ourselves.
I
and
understand
make
that, but they can make
These
a copy
records
of it
are
on legal
irreplaceable.
paper, it will copy on legal paper.
No, ma'am.
Well, then there's
Not this
larger
paper.
paper, then there's larger paper than that. There's larger paper than that, and you know that, but this one should be a copy of it.
We'll just vote on it tonight.
Vote on it.
I mean, just vote on it. If you don't want it, vote no on it.
I will.
Absolutely. Move on to the next one. Nothing.
Well, you know, I appreciate that, Mark, I really don't.
Well, we've discussed it 15 minutes and we ain't got anywhere. We just put it to a vote. It's not, I'm not being ugly, I'm just saying we'll put it to a vote tonight.
Next item's under new business 8B2. 8B2 is appointing a member to the Ability Alliance of West Alabama Board. As you're aware, we made 2 appointments to that board. They've since had another vacancy that's come up. We make those appointments at the request of the Ability Alliance. They provide the names for those. The name you have before you tonight is to appoint Ms. Crystal Laverne to fill the unexpired term of Mr. Bill Long, who's no longer on the board. Again, this is their standard request to fill the board with persons of their request. 8B3 and 8B4 are bids are awarding bid files 1602 and 1603 separately for lawn maintenance and heavy brush removal. Mr. Stevens has both of these. He can explain those. This is what we worked on with Ms. Gay a little over a year ago. But we're going to be doing this workout so we can get some grass cutting and other cleanup done as part of our restrictions on lots and unkept properties. Mr. Stevens?
Yes, sir. J&K Lawn Care for the lawn maintenance and Dad's Enterprises for the
This is for weeds at old home yards.
Yes, it'll be kind of on call, so.
And we just call them and they go take care of it.
What's the time frame on that, once you make the initial call?
7 days.
They'll have to get that cut within 7 days.
Right, yes, sir.
And then we get the money back and we try to get it back.
Right, yeah.
Who owns the
Yeah, so
property?
these are on
The
call
bank
for all,
or-
instead of individual bidding every single lot every time.
Same as, it's similar to what you have for tree cutting services for the lawn care.
Would be.
And again, those will be considered separate. AB3 and AB4 will be bid files 1602 and 1603. Consent agenda, minutes from the March 21 regular meeting. AC2 is the bill listing. AC3, travel training 1 employee to basic tactical medical, April 4 through 9, Anniston, Alabama, no cost to the police department. AC4, travel training 1 employee, Alabama Gang Investigations Conference, April 14-15, Denver, Alabama, $100 to the police department. AC5, travel training 1 employee, basic narcotics investigations, April 18 through 22nd, in Reading, Mississippi, no cost, police department. AC6, travel training 1 employee, interview and interrogation, April 18th to 22nd, Meridian, Mississippi, no cost. HC7, travel training, one employee interview and interrogation, April 25 to 29, Meridian, Mississippi, no cost. HC8, travel training, 6 employees, Alabama Women in Law Enforcement Conference, April 28th, Clarksville, Alabama, $501.65. HC9, travel training, 2 employees, street mediations, May 24, Montgomery, Alabama, no cost to the police department. HC10, travel training, 1 employee, investigative techniques using social network sites, May 24 to 26, Birmingham, Alabama, $295 to the police department. HC11, travel training, 2 employees, cultural diversity and law enforcement, May 25th, Montgomery, Alabama, no cost to the police department. HC12, PO requisition for wastewater treatment plant and a water treatment plant for required testing through TTL, $16,000 to utilities. This is included in your previously approved 2016 operating budget for the water and sewer system or utilities. HC13, PO requisition and wastewater treatment plant, hydromatic pump, Morrow Water Technologies, Inc., $8,409 to utilities. Mr. Ingram,
This is a replacement sludge pump for the newest side of the wastewater plant.
HC14, PO requisition, Biscayne Hills Lift Station repair, Eurotech Holdings, Inc., $26,720 to utilities. Mr. Ingram.
Yes, sir, Mr. Collins. We, at the Biscayne Hills Lift Station, which is behind City Hall, we've had some settlement issues around that station, and this is simply the contract. They're going to inject some urethane into the ground to consolidate the soils and prevent the settling from getting any worse, and hopefully realign what settling we've already done.
Those are all the items on the consent agenda. We don't have anything else for council on the agenda. We'll be glad to follow up with our elected officials on anything we have. As you know, the consent agenda is typically passed in mass. However, any member of council may request to remove any item for individual consideration as we move into that. But then, any questions or concerns from elected officials? Ron? Department heads, any agenda items?
I have one.
Yes, ma'am.
Shirley Place was broken into, and their items missing, and no police report filed until today when I called. The alarm system has the fee has not been paid. There is no alarm system anymore. I don't think the lights are working, and I'm concerned that you said there was an inventory. Will you please pass it along to myself and so we can go through and double check this? I know of 2 things.
Well, we don't have any evidence of a burglary, so let's be clear on where we are burglary-wise. There was, if you go in the patio, there was a small window broken. When I say small, the size of your hand, maybe a little bigger. Unless, Mr. White, that's correct where we are. I know you and Mr. Swan were in the building and have gone through. I've been in the building. I'm in there quite frequently. No evidence of anything that was hurt or tampered with in the building that we can find.
Just a bed on Sunday that came through around. A cigarette dropped into a basket, and besides, there was no report filed at the police.
Okay, and here's what we did on that, just so you know. When we talked to the police, when we got the information that the window was broken, again, there's no evidence that a crime was there other than window broken, which we certainly don't want. We followed that up with Chief Burton. We sent a patrol car down there. We had a patrol car parked out front. We have had since we had the request. We got with Brooks, Starnes, and Public Works and had the window repaired. I'm down there quite frequently as a matter of just checking the building. As a matter of fact, I was there Saturday when I got a text from Brooks telling me the window had been repaired. So we followed through as best we can. The brick pointing that we expect to be done as a part of the repair of the building is anticipated to begin next week. Once that brick pointing is done, we'll follow up with the roof work, which has already been bid and approved. We'll take care of any mold remediation we need to do there. The question of alarms came up when they repaired. There was some issue. Keep in mind the house is 100 or so years old, give or take. I don't know exactly how it is. But there was some issue with the wiring in the house and the removal of the asbestos in the roof and somewhere where we are there. So that's why we follow up. We make sure we keep it there. Once we're able to get any of that work done, we can follow up with telephones and electrical and make sure there's no issue. But even the ongoing repair and the fact that we don't know what that is, we wish that done pretty frequently to check that, so.
Okay, well, the glass was broken, the house was entered, soda pop can sitting on it. And no burglary, no police report filed. That should have been the first thing done. So I came along, I don't know how long ago it's been like that. They were closed, also you may not have walked around the house like I did, but there are clothes and other items that are on one of the corners. I saw them today. It's, you have to walk around the house before you can see it.
Our crew cut the glass in here, we'll follow up and see, we'll see if there's anything else.
Well, I need a copy of the inventory and access to the house so that I can go
Sure.
through, and Charles can come with me, or Public Works can come with me.
Sure.
That's not an issue, I just need the
Sure,
inventory.
as I told you on Friday, I'll be glad to schedule that, and I'll have Brooke or Charles go. I think we had the discussion where Charles is out Thursday and Friday, if I remember correctly. Brooke is able to go, so if you pick the date and the time, I'll be glad to have one of them down there, and we can assist you out with that, as I told you last week.
Well, we'll have the inventory done, correct?
I believe we can get the inventory, with Mr. Brown, to make sure we have wherever there is.
And I filed a police report today.
I understand that.
Because there are, it looks like it was broken into, it was entered, or somebody, Public Works or somebody, you're saying must have left the soda box in, and I just don't believe that.
I'm not going to debate with you, understanding, we believe it's
Well,
secure.
that's no debate, the place was burglarized, and you did not file a police report. I had to do it today, and it was found last week. So please, from now on, if there's any houses or any city property that has window smashed and has been entered, even the window smash is enough to file a police
Just say,
report.
I
Will you
believe,
please just do that, promptly file a police report?
I believe we handle it appropriately, we'll certainly follow up that way.
Our goal is, we're redoing the brick, roof, right?
That's correct.
And the porch and stuff.
That's correct, yes, sir.
Well, that's fine, and I'm really happy about that. Somebody broke into the house, that's the issue I'm
Okay,
making.
Ms. Hayes, I've had this conversation with you all afternoon.
Not all afternoon.
Yes, ma'am.
No, you haven't. You know, you haven't. I came, and you know, I know how y'all feel, I feel the same way too, very frustrated, having to argue a point that is, we've got, I have not even seen you all day long. I haven't even been on the phone with you all day long. You dropped by for about, 30 minutes, you and Mom, in response to my telling you the police were there, and they were taking a report. And you dropped by. Because you have the keys. I don't. You have the one and only key to every single lock in that building. Right? Right? No?
I have the key, yes, I do.
Well, our goal is to get it fixed up, get it turned over to somebody, maybe partner with somebody, where they can keep it up.
We hope.
Preservation Society or somebody like that, once we get it fixed up. I hope that's council's goal, is somebody take it over and.
Preservation Society said they could, and they have a lot of budget and good council budget.
As soon as we get it fixed up, then we'll get in touch with them, try to get something going on.
I've talked to one of the person of the paper, Hannah Brown, about the mold, and she said, don't put any chemicals that, with a wet damp cloth, it will wipe off. So it's, that's how it needs to be removed. And she's an expert at it, and she can come in and do that, or show us how. And, we don't need to spend, what, $15,000 on, what's this, testing lab? Whatever it's called. So we'll see if that one person, or two people, run it like down and get rid of the noise. Be conscious of that.
I would assume the council will be satisfied that whatever professional doing that's qualified. I think would be the concern.
I'll ask her to come and talk to the council at the next meeting. That's gonna work every day, the next meeting.
Next meeting,
I have Ms. Brown come in and explain how the mold can be removed without starting any lab to come in and basically $15,000.
yes, ma'am, that'd be fine. Anything, Mr. Thomas?
No, sir, I don't know.
My watch is moving.
It's moving,
It's just slow.
You know which?
You got some vibration.
I think